Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín. Hoy, tips para mejorar tu pronunciación. So, hello again. Today we're going to look at some tips on how to improve your pronunciation. I'm going to do this by going back to the text I used last week in my video, which was like a speech to help you with your pronunciation. But today I'm going to show you how I marked up the speech to help me be clear where I should modulate the voice, I should change the pitch or the tempo of the voice, where I should pause, what words I should put stress on to give more expression. And this will give you much clearer pronunciation. Okay? So let's have a look through this and show you how I've done it. Yeah? So when we have a text that we need to read aloud, we need to start looking at some of these words we commonly say together. They're almost like phrases within a sentence. And these are words that we tend to group together to help with the sound. And this is what gives English its particular modulation. Now, as well as that, we have the standard kind of punctuation stop. So I have a full stop here, which I mark up because when we get to the end of a sentence, we want to give maybe like two and a bit seconds gap before we start the next one. This is to give us time really to breathe. That's very important. But it also gives a bit more time for the listener to be aware that, okay, there's a break in this and we're going into the next sentence. So at the end of the sentence, you're looking to pause about 2 seconds. The other thing I look for here, okay, we have a comma here. So this is a pause of about 1 second. And again, it's to help the listener understand that, okay, we may be switching into a different subject now in the sentence, or perhaps there's something coming up that we need to pay more attention to because it's something the author has separated for a different reason. So about a second pause for the comma. Got another full stop here, so another 2 second pause. Other things I mark up as well, words I'm going to stress. So, does not. So it's a negative, but I want the listener to really listen to that because that's something important. Does not copy. So I'm going to stress that as well. And then I look at some of the longer words where I've got lots of different syllables. Institutions, imitating, constitution, democracy, minority. Yeah, because that's going to help give me the rhythm of how I'm going to say those words. Now the other ones we see here, these are words we commonly group together. Let me say that our system of government does not copy the institutions of our neighbours. It is more the case of our being a model to others than of our imitating anyone else. Our constitution is called a democracy because power is in the hands not of a minority but of the whole people. Okay? So with this we're looking at phrases we usually say together more or less as sort of 3 words together. It's like a sub-phrase within the sentence. That gives you a natural break. We're looking at longer words where the syllables are to help us spot where we put the stress. We're looking at words that we want ourselves to emphasize to give more expression. So often things like negatives are quite a good one to go for that. We've noted where the ends of the sentences are because that's going to give us a general break. Same as we went to the end of a paragraph, again there's a slightly longer break. We've got a comma which is a natural cut in the sentence anyway. We're looking at some more words we say together more as phrases, more the case. Some more syllable counts. Another word here we're going to stress. It's in the hands not of a minority, but of the whole people. Okay, so let's read that through again. Have a look at how the voice modulates relative to the marks we've just discussed. Yeah? Let me say that our system of government does not copy the institutions of our neighbours. It is more the case of our being a model to others than of our imitating anyone else. Our constitution is called a democracy because power is in the hands not of a minority but of the whole people. There we go. So, that's the first piece of the Pericles' funeral oration that I read in the video of last week. If you'd like to listen to the whole part of that, go back, have another look. But hopefully now you can see a bit more of the mechanics of how I go about marking up the text before I prepare to read it. These are the kind of patterns I'm looking for to help me work out how I'm going to modulate my speech when I'm doing my reading. So hopefully it sounds a nice kind of flow, it's nice and expressive, and is not just like a robotic standard flat tone. We need a bit more modulation, a bit more expression in it. Okay, so hope you found that tip useful. Déjeme saber, como siempre, en los comentarios. And for now, from Medellin, it's Cheerio.